Hello, and welcome to I'm Too Busy. I'm Christina Flach, your host. I'm a celebrity makeup artist and CEO with a passion for all things beauty, wellness, and success. On this show, I'll take you on exciting journeys, sharing personal stories and insights from inspiring entrepreneurs. Together, we will explore manifestation, health, wellness, and the secrets to thriving in life and business. Let's jump in and get inspired. Hi, I am Christina Flach, and welcome to I'm Too Busy TV, where we dive into the stories of inspiring creators, entrepreneurs, and disruptors who are designing their life on their own terms. I'm your host, Christina Flach, and today's guest is a powerhouse in the beauty and lifestyle industries, working behind the scenes with some of the world's most iconic brands and personalities. Please welcome the brilliant EJ Jamele. How are you?
Hi, how are you, Christina? Thank you for the nice intro.
Oh my God. Well, thank you for being here. I know you're like the busiest man in the world.
I don't know about that, but I think we're all busy these days. We're expected to do a lot of things.
Yes, we are. So, EJ, your client list literally reads like the guest list of a global award show. How did you get started in talent and brand management?
I always tell people I started by accident. I was a nightlife producer and I always worked in branding. My very first job was at a marketing company. So I grew up in the agency world, and all of my production experience was from a branding perspective. Brands were always sponsoring and underwriting really cool things we were doing. We were booking celebrities and cool DJs. And I came up during the time when DJs started to really make tons of money. And some of them were, and some of them weren't. So as I was learning the ropes, I started noticing a bunch of disparities across different identity markers, whether it was gender or race or background or first language, all sorts of things. And so I started whispering in artists' ears or in the teams or a friend of, and saying, hey, you could ask for this, or the standard rate for this would be a lot more than you're asking or a lot less than you're asking. And just by trying to help them to center their career in something a little more stable, people started calling me and saying, hey, I know it's not your event, but can you look at this contract for me? Or what should I charge for this? Or how should I, do this aspect of my career next, And little by little, it turned into me managing people. And shortly thereafter, I decided that crowd management was its own business. And I needed to do it on my own because I couldn't find the right agency home for my particular outlook on how it should be done.
And what is different about your company than most other agencies?
I wouldn't say that at this time in where we are now in history that it's new information, but at the time that I was starting, DEI was certainly not a focus or a topic. Mm-hmm. And I think that trying to level set a playing field for everyone was not a common outlook or priority for any company. And I got a lot of pushback when those things were top of my mind. So I felt more comfortable working independently than I did working for someone who was less interested in that.
I get it. So what inspired the name and the mission of the company?
Well, like I said, we initially started in crowd management as a nightlife production and branding company, and little by little onboarded talent. But the mission of the company was always to help represent underrepresented or misrepresented talent, brands, and folks. And it was always about helping them to stand out in a crowd.
You have worked with the Kardashians, legendary brands, Versace, L'Oreal. What's your approach to cultivating lasting brand and client relationships?
Easy one. Authenticity and transparency. Something I've always been committed to, and I'm very blessed to have a team that not only, follows my desire for it, but also believes in transparency. it is the most crucial aspect and ingredient to creating a long-term relationship with anyone. So putting that in the forefront of how we do business has definitely been the reason why we've been able to sustain almost 15 years in business now.
That's remarkable. What do you find? I mean, did all your clients, what did they tell you that had happened in the past that like with their previous management that was?
I mean, I had a front row seat at what was happening. So I didn't need them to necessarily tell me the specifics. I just knew that the norm was to hurry up and get deals done, get the best and most out of someone for the least amount of money. And, you know, artists for all of history as we know it have shaped and also, transcended our history. We have created culture. We have informed the masses. We've made sure things are not forgotten, all through artists. So it's weird to me that people would want to misrepresent, underrepresent, underpay anyone that has that ability.
I agree. And being an artist, I appreciate that because it's hard. You know, what do you think? People want to know, what's the difference between a management and an agent?
Great question. The easiest and most simple answer to what the difference between an agent and a manager is that managers are on the internal team. They're kind of like the executive extension of whoever they're representing, whether it's a brand or an artist, and they run the business. They oversee all the departments: distribution, PR, accounting, the agents, the lawyers, the PR. And the agents are facilitating transactions. They are looking for either immediate or long-term opportunities, and that's all really they're responsible for doing. Now, there's amazing agents that dig in and help develop talent and help find opportunities that aren't necessarily about money or transaction. But managers, no matter what, we have a ton of workload that is not associated with monetizing, but it is associated with longevity, protection, or overall strategy for a brand or an artist.
So tell me a little bit what it was like, you know, when you were working with the Kardashians. Was it with their TV, with their shows, or was it more with their products that they have created?
A little of both. So we represent celebrity hair, makeup, stylists, photographers, producers, some actors. And the common thread there is like I said, underrepresented and misrepresented historically. But now we're in a world where glam artists are seen as the star. And that's how we started working with the Kardashians. We were managing a celebrity hairstylist at the time that they wanted to work with. So we helped them to cultivate that relationship, get their first opportunity, maintain that opportunity, and grow it across the family. And to this day, we have multiple artists that continue to work with the family because they trust us, they trust our taste, they trust our way of business, and vice versa. They're absolutely amazing to work with. And then additionally to that, we have become trusted voices. So sometimes they ask us for direction on other items outside of that, other things that they might be looking for their business. And so it's a beautiful relationship. They are super kind, very reliable, super responsive, and their whole team really does function like the family. So it's really nice. And going way back before that moment where we actually worked for them, I was running nightlife events in New York, and they were filming a lot in New York. So I've had many personal interactions with them. And I will say that I have never once felt that they were rude. So I like to clarify that to people because I think people assume that folks who have what seems like it all could be a certain way, but they're so gracious and so kind. And I just think that what they've been able to do with their brand is not just aspirational, but it's like a blueprint.
It's inspirational, honestly. I don't get that. I don't get that vibe from them. They seem like they are very down to earth and very gracious and grateful, which is what we always want in clients. I've found that with, being a makeup artist. with my clients, the people, the people that get to the level that they're at, they are so professional and they're happy and they love what they do and they're not difficult. I mean, I always find it's those celebrities that are kind of not really celebrities, but think they are, that those are the ones that are the difficult ones. And you know who I'm talking about.
I think that's just their imposter syndrome showing up
exactly.
in like those really uncomfortable moments where they don't know how to act because they aren't necessarily prepared for that moment. But irregardless, I think there are people that are extremely talented and have a lot of the right things that are not as nice or don't prioritize being as kind as they all seem to be. The Kardashians have always been pleasant for us to work with. So no notes. Kris Jenner is a legend.
Yeah, because the mom right there, my kids make jokes all the time because I'm always saying that, I'm raising people. I want them to be raised. And Kris Jenner has raised her children, that they're raised to be polite and grateful and hardworking and professional. So that's amazing.
Absolutely. 0 notes for Kris Jenner. She's amazing.
Exactly. She is. The Know Your Status concert was both impactful and creative. How do you balance entertainment and advocacy in your work?
I love that question.
Good. Take a minute.
You know what's so funny is like I have also represented some of the most incredible advocates, people that are truly artists and advocates at the same time. And I think that's kind of like how we've always been. We have been drawn to projects that have purpose. And I think that in branding and in overall business management and communications, that authenticity just always wins. So if you work on things you're drawn to, then you naturally care more about the root of whatever that is. And therefore, the way you work is advocacy. And so I think that's kind of how it happened, because people who are advocates, for example, the person I always think of first because they call themselves an advocate is Angelica Ross, who we manage. And she has been comfortable in situations that are just uncomfortable. She knows how to speak up, and she's done the work. Before being a celebrity, she was truly in the streets working as an advocate for trans rights and human rights. And so she has a lot of institutional knowledge about how to navigate those spaces and how to create comfort with rejection. So I think that when you have a base in that and you've walked the walk, you don't have to figure out how to be an advocate at the same time as being a business person. And something we always say around here is that, transactions can be done with love, but love is not transactional.
Oh, I love that. That's a good one.
So I think that speaks to like how you become an advocate and an entrepreneur and a talent all at the same time by just aligning what you care about with what you do.
I love that. You've also involved in empowering aspiring artists through the makeup show. Why is mentorship so important to you?
Oh my God. I wish that I could just be rich off mentorship. It's the best part, because what I love the most about when I speak at the makeup show or teach at the makeup show is that people there and the folks who are in attendance are thirsty for knowledge that is natural to someone like me. Something we've had to learn the hard way or live every single day, but they have never been given those tokens of knowledge or those templates to how to run their business in a more efficient or profitable way. So when you're able to do that and you see like that really tuned in look on someone's face, and you know that they're having an aha moment that's like solving a problem for them, that is, I think, like a high that you just chase. Like that's the best feeling, to know that you are helping someone with something that is natural to you.
This is a little kind of a follow-up to that last question, but what's the most rewarding part of managing creatives in the beauty and lifestyle space?
Okay. So for me, the most rewarding part is the collaboration process of coming up with an idea, then really diving into the specifics around what that idea is and what it looks like visually, creating mood boards with your client, understanding them, asking them clarifying questions, and then digging into the steps it will take in order to bring it to life, get it funded, get other people on board. I think that process of being a producer and a manager is super rewarding because we are not waiting for permission. We are creating our own next job. And that is so cool because no one's going to call you and say, hey, that idea you've been thinking about, we want to hire you to do that. It takes a lot of initiative and a lot of creativity and sometimes a lot of heartbreak before you get to where you want to go. But once you get there, it feels like such a bigger victory than getting a call to say, hey, come do this job. And here's the amount of money that you're going to get for doing that job.
So as a producer and a consultant, how do you decide what projects to take on?
Well, there's two ways. Some of it kind of leans into what I just said about creating your next job. That's my favorite part about figuring out what's next. But there are always times where you're working on behalf of a client that you might not necessarily be as excited about something as they are. But finding a way to lean in is still a cool challenge to overcome. And sometimes a visionary, which is what an artist is going to see the full picture before everyone else understands it. And so there might be a period of time where, to be quite honest, I'm not as motivated yet to dig into it because I don't see what they see yet. But once you do, that is equally as cool as coming up with it yourself.
Oh, I bet. Well, because people's energy and enthusiasm is intoxicating. You know, it makes you like go, ooh, okay, I'm digging that. Even though you may not have thought it was that great, but that energy makes it grow. What does a typical... And
you get it because you're a makeup artist. So you're interpreting, mood boards or trying to figure out how to make someone feel comfortable in their skin all the time.
Oh, it's a part of, I'd say that's probably 80% of the job of being a makeup artist. It's not just the skills that we have to make someone look beautiful, but it's how we make them feel because they're getting in front of a camera. And if they're not feeling good, I start most of the time with aromatherapy and massaging their hands, and they just kind of settle in and the pressure points even get their face to glow. It's really, I think that's one thing that I've learned that's really been that differentiates myself, I think, from a lot of other artists, because I really put that effort into making them feel as good as they look, if that makes sense.
That's really cool. I think that it's always interesting to hear a makeup artist talk about their process because it's always a little different. Yeah, it's like a personality. It's always a little different. And it also attracts your tribe. Like your vibe attracts your tribe. Like they want your talent, but they also want to feel comfortable with you.
Oh, definitely. What does a typical day in the life of EJ look like? Or is there no such thing?
A typical day in the life when I am in the office studio is, super early prayer and meditation, and then time with my dogs, and I head out to work out. And then as I leave the gym, I make phone calls to some of my immediate family, like my father and my grandfather and a few people that I just want to always check in every day on. And then I dig into my first job brief for the day with my team to understand what everyone is covering. And then it's meetings, and more meetings.
Your grandfather just had a birthday the other day, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh, thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, my grandfather just turned 102 years old.
That is bananas.
Yeah, and he's like one of the happiest people I've ever known. Thank you.
Amazing. You guys have some really great genetics.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we're very proud of him and blessed to have him. And he is definitely the glue.
Is he super active? Like, is he Why do you think he's lived such a long life?
He would say that he's lived a long life because he is very, very kind. I have never seen him in a judgmental state about another person. And I say that with like every bone in my body. I've never known someone who has been less judgmental in my life.
Wow. And
And
what
so I
about
think that
physically?
translates to like a relaxed state for his body.
Yeah.
And everything is in moderation, like he enjoys his sweets, he enjoys a little wine here and there, but he's never really been a over the top
Of
type
anything. Yeah.
person with anything. He likes a little of everything.
That's great. I totally agree with that. Did you see the Blue Zones? Did you hear about that on that? Did you see that on Netflix?
Okay, I know a little bit about it, and I did watch a
So
documentary,
fascinating. Uh-huh.
but the documentary watched me more than I watched it. And I tried several times, but
It just
I
wasn't.
understand the concept of it. And I saw recently, it's funny you brought that up because I saw a quick video from a plastic surgeon, and he was like yaying and naying trends in health and wellness.
Uh-huh.
And when blue zones were brought up, he gave it out of 10 a 100.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive. It was
Yeah.
interesting. The reason I brought up if your grandfather was active, because they asked this one woman that was Italian, they said, "Why do you think you've lived such a long life?" And she said, "Oh, it's because of my faith." But the reality was her faith was up a big hill that she walked to every day. So it was a lot of keeping moving and not just sitting around. A lot of the people were very, working in their garden, doing something physical every day.
Yeah.
So
I
I
think
wondered if
that,
he was
yes,
like
he
that.
definitely is, still moving around. And it's crazy because he's 102 years old. He could still shower, he can still walk around. He does use a walker by force because my family is, scared for him to fall. He's had
Right.
a few falls, but he's a super resilient guy. He's a World War II veteran. And
Wow.
yeah, I'd say he was active. Like he was always outside, always, taking care of the house and doing all the things. So,
I love that. So, with your experience across media and beauty and fashion and advocacy, what advice do you have for someone trying to break into any of those worlds?
such a good question.
Oh my
I
gosh, thank
think
you.
I think the answer to anything is networking. But I think when people are told go network, that it's such a vague term that it's like, well, how do I do that? Right. So I
Hmm.
think pursuing and creating community and intentionally creating spaces, even if they're as small as your living room to start,
Hmm.
and bringing people around where you create with like-minded people, you create conversation that is not about people, but it's about the ideas that live within your lane. So for
Hmm.
us, that's creating art, that's, producing visuals. And I constantly try to make time, quality time with people that have the same passion, because we'll come up with an idea and then all of a sudden you're on this common mission with each other and you're collaborating with all these new people that they know and and your network continues to grow and grow and grow. And when you leave a positive impact on anyone, they remember it. So the more you do that,
Absolutely.
the bigger your network grows and the more opportunities that come your way. So that is for me like the secret sauce, like I pursued nightlife because I didn't know anyone in New York when I moved there. So I was like, how am I going to meet people from all different places? Everybody goes out. So I wanted to bartend. I wanted to create, events at night that people would want to go to. And that's where I started my networking.
Love it. Talk to me a little bit about time blocking because I know you're a big fan.
I am. It's to the point of obsession. Um, Time blocking for me, what I mean when I say that is I will set a time where I am doing a set of tasks that are related.
Hmm.
So part of my job, I have to review and approve or comment on contracts. It's very difficult for me as a person, the way my brain works, to go from reading a contract to reading a mood board, back to emails, back to another task, into a meeting. So what I try to do is I organize all my contracts into a certain time block of whatever's necessary for the day.
Right.
So I'm knocking all of those out. I'm tapping into that part of my brain consistently. So it's a stronger moment than feeling chaotic to me. I'm great at multitasking, but not when it comes to detail-oriented work. So I try to set times for emailing, times for my job briefs where I'm reviewing with my team the things they're covering and they need me to cover. So that's what I mean by that. And I literally set an alarm for the beginning of every appointment.
And so what amount of, like, what's your typical time amount that you block out per activity?
It ranges. So I try to do it in 15-minute increments. So for contracts for me, typically they range between 45 minutes and an hour every day, sometimes a little longer if there's an influx of a lot of work. And then I create 2 blocks every day to brief with my immediate office. We call those job briefs, where we're reviewing all of our open jobs and all of the jobs for the next day to make sure that everything's covered and that our clients are informed and that everyone has what they need in advance.
Avanti, you've made it your signature. What does that word represent in your life and career?
It goes back to my grandfather.
I love it.
So Avanti means forward. And so growing up, my grandfather would always ask, how was your day? And I would go on about my day, and he would let me finish no matter how long it took, whether it was good, positive, or in between and whatever. And then he would say at the end, okay, great, Avanti. And that means move forward. Whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, we're moving forward and we're on to the next. And it's a form of positivity and a reminder that we all go through hard things. And if you look back at your life, you will realize the theme that you got through them. It sucks when you're in it, but you got through it and you will do it again.
Right. You work with a lot of top tier talent and you juggle nonstop projects. What's your secret sauce to staying grounded through the chaos?
My family. I love my family. My fiance. I have relationships with my staff too that they're like family. In the pandemic, I had the opportunity to build out our office and studio in my home. And so I did. And I won't change that. So my main office is there, even though we have studios in New York and Atlanta. But I think that having people around you that are not yes people and will disagree with you and or add value by pushing you, saying not necessarily no, but hey, I think I have a better idea. Those are the things I think that keep anyone grounded, not just me. Like my artists, I see the difference between someone who has that or doesn't. And so when I see a lack of that for someone we work with, we try to provide that too.
What does self-care really look like for someone managing creative and corporate worlds, and how important is to you? And do you have any, like, what is your special, do you have special diet? Do you have special workout that you're loving right now?
I don't have a special workout that I'm loving, but I do love working out. And I see it now at the age of 42 as an essential, necessary thing. If I skip working out more than a few times a week, I feel it in my body. I feel it in my mood. I feel it in my mind. So every morning, it's really important to me to do some kind of workout. At least an hour is my real marker for that. But if I have to rush it, we're getting 15 minutes of something in, even if I have to go for a walk while I'm in a meeting.
I agree. I think it's so important. And then, it just takes away that thinking about all day long, oh, I've got to go work out. I've got to go work out. Like, even if you do 15 minutes, like, okay, I did something and I don't have to think about that for a minute.
Oh my God, totally. That's why I have to do it in the morning. Otherwise it haunts you. You're like,
oh, totally. It's always there. It's like this thing,
Yeah, and you feel guilty, and that's not fun.
100%. Where is your happy place?
Mm. Like a physical happy place?
Yeah.
That is definitely St. Martin for me. I've grown up going there an awful lot as a kid into my adulthood. I've brought college friends there, colleagues, best friends. My family goes there. We have family and friends there. It's a place where is accessible, but it's so small and it's still so special.
Mm-hmm.
And the people there are really amazing. And they have this infectious outlook on life that is immediately relaxing to me as soon as I arrive.
I love
And
that.
as soon as I leave, I'm always counting down the next time I get to go. So that would be my happy place.
I love that. When was the last time you were there?
January.
And when are you going again?
So my next trip will be January because this is a very busy year of productions, and also I am getting married this year. So
Where are you getting
um,
married?
we're getting married in Connecticut, where I'm from, and so is
Nice.
he. And so
Great.
that'll be
When's
in
that?
December. Yeah.
Nice. How exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah,
That's
we're super
amazing.
excited.
Oh my gosh. Is it going to be a huge extravaganza?
Not huge. I mean, I come from an Italian family, so everyone's your
Oh,
cousin.
okay.
Everyone is your cousin.
You have I know. I totally know what that's like. I have so
So
many cousins. It's absurd. You
So
know,
there's a lot of us, but I think that it's moderate in comparison to other people I
compared to
know.
other.
Yeah.
Right, right, right. What do you do when your day isn't flowing?
That's such a good question because I'm trying to get better about that. What I'm trying to do, which I'm not perfect at, and not that we're perfect at anything, but I am trying to get much better at, is walking away for a minute.
I think that's a good one. Yeah, you
Yeah.
just sometimes have to remove yourself, go for a walk, get some fresh air, make a cup of tea or something, and then
Yeah.
some
And not
days you
just
just
in
have to get
work.
out of
I
there.
think personally too, like I I don't like to regret things, and I don't want to say or do something I regret out of like
Hmm.
an emotional response. And
Right.
so that's the behavior I'm trying to put in place to walk away, and take a minute to center my thoughts.
So if you had 3 minutes in between back-to-back meetings, what's your go-to reset?
Depending on the time of day, it's either a flavored sparkling water or a coffee.
Nice. How do you encourage wellness to your teams and to your talent, or do you even have to?
That's a great question. I don't think I have to because we are super cognizant of it, and we work with this amazing wellness brand for one of our clients, Ty Bouchamp,
Hmm.
who
Hmm.
founded Morning Mindset with Ty during the pandemic, which exploded. And now, literally every day, we have constant influx of information, jobs, opportunity, ideas, and new productions because of her. So I think that we're very mindful about what wellness is and that it's top of mind all the time.
What's your diet like? Like, what are you eating these days or not eating?
It's all over the place. I definitely have good and bad days. The good days look like a lot of fruit and salad and one big meal. And the bad days look like whatever is left over in the fridge and I have time to deal with and eat in between the chaos of all the unexpected things that happen and threw me off. And I love pasta. So it's why I will forever not have a six pack.
What are you, a more of a morning or a night person?
I used to be a night owl. Now, in the last like year and a half, I am waking up as early as 4:30 a.m.
Wow. And
Yeah,
is
and
that a
that for me,
challenge for
that is
you?
like body. Yeah, that is shocking. Because then by 10 p.m., I'm like, I can barely drag my body
Oh,
around, as I say.
I'm sure. So are you a coffee mist? Are you a skin mist or a coffee first person?
Oh, definitely skin first. 100%. The people I
One,
work with, if I said
yeah,
otherwise, they'd be like, what is wrong with you?
you're like, you're so lying.
No, I'm not lying. I drink water in the morning. I do the things. I follow the instructions because I work with a couple of makeup artists who are into their 60s and look absolutely incredible and amazing, and their skin glows. So I am like hanging on to every word that they tell me to do.
And what do they tell you?
Water in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
skincare routines, SPF every day. I
Yep.
take my vitamins in the
Oh my
morning.
God, this is so
I
me.
drink a glass of water before I drink a coffee. And if I have
That's
a
right.
coffee, I immediately have another glass of water after it.
Very good. Do you
Okay. I
add
am doing
lemon?
this. I
You're
swear.
doing all the things. Do you add, so this is what I add to my water in the morning. I squeeze in a fresh lemon, a pinch of this like really amazing mineral salt, and like a drop of olive oil.
Okay. I don't do that every day, but I do that.
Okay, good. That's fine. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
Not because of any other reason other than some mornings go just as planned and some mornings do not. Plus, I have a
No,
senior
they don't.
dog and she's been acting real weird lately. So that
Oh,
throws the day off sometimes.
yeah.
But I do try to do that. I love lemon water. I have never been a big juice drinker, but if I do drink juice, it's like a splash into water. So
Hmm.
I'm like, I'm following the advice of people who have done it correctly before me.
I love that. What is one thing that you're too busy for that you wish you weren't?
Working out twice a day.
Oh, yeah, that would be nice, huh?
I would love to go do cardio at the end of the day. I would love that.
Yeah. How about a walk after dinner? Can you
So
throw
in the
that in, or you
summer,
just?
that's totally feasible. Like tonight, after our interview, I will probably
Mm-hmm.
do another round of catch up brief time with my office, and
Mm-hmm.
then I'm done. So I will be able to be outside before it's dark
Oh, I love that.
and walk around. And I have a great, walking neighborhood. So yes, I will do that today. But I will be honest, in the winter, the absolute last thing I'm
Oh,
doing after the day is going outside walking around.
yeah, being cold is just the worst. So
Absolute worst.
what's one thing that you never skip no matter what?
My skincare routine
Mm. And what is
every
that?
morning and every night.
What is that skincare routine?
Like product wise or steps, because
Yeah,
product
whatever.
wise we'll be
Both.
here forever. But I do in the morning, before the gym, I do face wash, a toner, and a moisturizer with SPF. Then I go work out. When I'm back, I do my full routine, which is wash, tone. I do a serum. Then I'll do a light moisturizer that's like a gel, and then
Hmm.
my SPF over that.
Wow, good
And then at
job.
night, I do my wash, my tone, serum, under eye cream.
Very nice. Do you dry brush?
I don't.
Ooh, got to add
I
that.
don't. Okay.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
really good. It clears the lymphatic system and it'll wake you up. So you're waking up at the crack of dawn. The dry brush, you start at your feet, go up to the chest, all in here, and your face, your neck drains the lymphatic system. So if you're feeling pumped, and it also like wakes you up instantly. So you never do it before bed. That's my beauty
Cool.
tip for you.
Ooh, I'm gonna be DMing you like, okay, I will
Yes.
try this. I
Yeah,
will. When
no,
people
it's
give advice
fantastic.
that I trust, I will try it.
Yeah, no, it's really fantastic. What would people be surprised to know about you?
Um, I think, like I said, I don't know that there's a lot. Um, I think something that a lot of people think is weird that I do is that in the gym, I'm usually listening to pretty chill R&B music.
Oh, not like boom, boom, boom.
Not
Like,
like, no, not the boom booms and all the snapping and clapping. I have those days, but more times than not, I would say like 9 out of 10 times I'm listening to chill R&B music.
and who's your favorite?
My favorite artist of all time, just because she's influenced a lot of my life, is Janet Jackson. But right now, in terms of like R&B, top tier, I would say is SZA and Coco Jones.
Nice. Where do you see your life in 5 years?
In 5 years, I see us doing, I see us being in rotation, me and my team, on digital series that are created or co-created by us and our clients on major platforms.
I love that. What have I not asked you that you'd like to share today?
Let's see. Well, because it's Pride Month, I'm going to talk about something that
Oh, yeah.
I am surprised people do say to me still to this day, which is they'll ask if I think putting our queerness, our queer leadership out there the way that we do, and speaking up and out about DEI and the importance of it. And I guess, they'll say something like, is that a turn off to opportunities? Are you going to limit your clients if you say those things? Like, how do you determine if you should or not? And I think that we have to get to a place where we don't just say we have values, but we act like it. And that I'm okay with losing an opportunity or two if they are not aligned with supporting people being who they are.
My daughter has a great saying that your words and your actions need to line up. And I think you do that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
do
agree
think
with
I
that.
do that.
Yeah, that's great.
I think that the people around me do that. And I think that that motivates me and holds me accountable to continue doing it too.
EJ, thank you so much for reminding us that creativity and collaboration are the keys to longevity and influence in today's industries. Your ability to blend purpose and beauty and business is a true inspiration. To my viewers, if you're passionate about beauty and branding or behind the scenes excellence, EJ is the one to follow. And until next time, keep creating, keep connecting, and keep moving forward. Avanti. I'm Christina Flach. Avanti. I'm Christina Flach, and I'm too busy. I'll see you next week.